guys, welcome to another episode of Dexter's Diary. I am Dexter. Happy Monday. So I hope that you guys had a great weekend. I had an interesting weekend. On one hand, it was like super great and super cool, and on the other hand, it was trash. It was trash. And I'm still a little bit pissed off. I'm a little bit emo about it, and I don't want to talk about it right now. But what I am going to talk about is what led up to it and what I learned from it. So, So all week, I've been on this kick of getting rid of things that are not effective. And I actually wrote on my bathroom mirror, just stop being addicted to ineffectiveness. And it's the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning, and it's the last thing I see at night. And it's just, and when I see it, I say it, and I'm like, we're gonna stop being addicted to ineffectiveness. So things that I find are I'm just checking things off. Like, this doesn't work, let's get rid of it. This doesn't work, let's get rid of it. And I'm not talking about like your microwave or your dishwasher. I'm talking about behaviors. I'm talking about your mannerisms. I'm talking about the things that we do that are not conducive to our well-being. And I remember my sister told me this. Well, she told me this about relationships, but for me, I find it across the board. And she says things. She told me, you do this thing where you see red flags and you just dismiss them, and you're just like, no, that doesn't apply to me. And when she said it, I laughed, but there was more than a grain of truth in it. There was hella truth in it. And I was just like damn, you ain't have to come for me like that. But I respect it. I respect her point of view. And so that was maybe 2 years ago she told me this. But I'm a firm believer that, when the student is ready, the lesson will appear. And so I got some great news. Actually, to be completely transparent, I've been getting some really great news. I got invited to speak at an event, which I'm really excited about. It's coming up in May. I will tell you more about it as the date gets closer. And some other great things are happening, and I'm super excited. And I'm finally, everything is good. I'm moving, I'm out. I've been in this transitional period, and we've been dealing with certain setbacks, and it's just yeah, you see why I gotta get out the hood? Anyway, so we've been dealing with certain setbacks and things like that, but finally the paperwork is finalized, and I am ready to go. So I'll be out of here soon in my new environment, so I can flourish and grow. And I'm excited about that. But one of the things that that kept coming up for me in the space that I'm in now is, why is this happening? And I kept asking myself, what do I need to learn while I'm here? What do I need to learn while I'm here? Because I've been here so long, and I think a couple of entries back I had told you guys, yeah, I know I'm leaving, and it's been this, I'm a little melancholy about it, because I've been here for quite some time, and yeah, even though I hate, my dog is doing the most right now. Anyway, and even though, not hate, but I have a strong dislike for the neighborhood that I'm in, and for various reasons. And I'm just and the closer it gets to moving and everything else, I'm just I gotta go. But things kept happening, and it was just taking so long. And when I'm telling you I'm packed, honey. I'm packed. When I talk about get in alignment, I is packed. My stuff is packed. Anyway, but I just kept asking myself, what do I have to learn while I'm still here? Because there's a reason why this is my thought process. There's a reason why things are going at the speed that they're going. There's a reason why things are falling apart and coming together. What do I need to learn while I'm here? What is the lesson, my last lesson before I leave out of here? And in the process of leaving, there are some material things that I'll be leaving that I won't be taking with me to my new space because I want to bring new energy in. But there's also some people that I'm leaving behind that I'm no longer in contact with, that I felt they weren't going to be conducive to my well-being in the long run. And some things are easier to address early on than others, truthfully. And some things take a little bit longer. Some people have a more impacting effect on you and your spirit. And so it just was like, this is really conducive to, where I see myself. And so along with leaving behind, like I said, possessions, I'm leaving behind some people that I just don't feel need to go with me into the next phase of my life. But I just kept like, what do I need to learn? What do I need to learn? What do I need to learn? And if this had been a few years back, I would have just been frustrated. Like, this is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But again, everything that I talk about is about changing the narrative. And there's more to meets the eye with everything. Like, that's why we have microscopes, so we can break things down into the smallest molecule, the smallest atom, and so on and so forth. I'm not a scientist, so I'm just paraphrasing. And so that's what I just kept telling myself. And so this week, it just came to me like, stop being addicted to ineffectiveness. Like, what have you been doing in the course of this year and last year that has not been effective? I kept relationships going that I knew weren't going to work out. I kept friendships going that I knew just wasn't going to work out. And I'm just like, and the longer you keep these things going, the more challenging it is to break it apart, to separate, because you become more entangled. But I did it. I got rid of some stuff, and my homegirl Eb, who's dope as hell, she was like, look, no, I know you are a ghoster, but no ghosting for 2018. And I was like, come on, Eb, like, don't do me like this, girl. And she's like, nah, Dex, like, no ghosting for 2018. And I was like, all right, like, you know what? We're doing the work. I'm a grown up. We're going to do this. And it forced me to be an adult in situations I just didn't want to be an adult in. Like, I just wanted to act a damn fool, or I just wanted to ghost. And it was like, nah, we are not ghosting. We are adults. We're going to talk about our feelings, and we can come to a clear and concise decision based on what we spoke about. And everything that happened after that conversation with my homegirl challenged the hell out of me. Challenged me, but strengthened me at the same time. And I realized too that I was still, even in doing all this work, and even with these things coming up, and even though I was getting stronger, I still had some things I had to work on. And so, like, this week was like, I had a board meeting with myself, and I was like, yo, like, what do we need to work on? Like, what are we addicted to that is not working? And I say addiction, I know addiction is a strong word, and it carries a lot of weight, but I use that because it's the word that, it's the most, it's the best word to describe this. Because listen. Whew. I self-sabotage all the time. And I wish I could say I don't mean to do it, but I don't function on autopilot. So I know that I'm doing it. I'm very cognizant that I'm doing it, and I still do it. And I'll even say like, yo, this shit is not gonna work out. This is not gonna happen. This is not what we should be doing. And I still do it. And it's like, yo, like, it's lunacy. If you continue to hit your head against the wall and think that the wall is now gonna like disappear, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna end up with a bump on your head and the wall's still gonna be the wall. Like, we continue to exhibit the same behaviors that carry out the same results and think that we're doing something. We are addicted to self-sabotage. And I really had to call bullshit on myself. Like, and everything that I've been asking to see and I've been feeling came to a head this weekend. And this is why I said I'm not going to go into it. I will divulge later on because this is my diary and I put whatever I want on my diary. But I'm still processing. So, but everything came to a head and I figured out, like, I got to stop putting myself in these situations, like, that are not conducive to my well-being. I asked for growth, and now that I'm an earth sign, so everything to me, like plants, trees, grass, like everything that has to do with the earth, rocks, like is grounding to me. It rejuvenates me at the same time. And so when I think, and I love flowers, I'm absolutely I'm about to get my whole sleeve done. It's just going to be flowers because I love flowers. And I think there's a story to that, but we're not going to go all into that. But I view myself as a plant. I view a lot of people as a plant. I think Tupac put it best with the rose that grew from the concrete. Roses are my favorite though, if you want to send me some. Anyway, but I view myself as that, and I feel like, you can keep a plant in a pot, right? You get it and it's like this big, right? And it's got the little fledglings and they're doing whatever, and then it starts to grow because you're watering it, it's getting the sunlight, it's getting the proper nutrients, and it's like, yes, I'm growing. But it's still in this little pot, right? Still in this little pot. And so if you're like me and I'm really like overprotective of my plants, I'm even trying to figure out like how I'm gonna move because my plants are so like boisterous. But I'm gonna like transport them. And so I repot them, I check on them, I look at the leaves, I put them in the sink and I wash each leaf like one by one just to get all the dust, all the soot, whatever's on them, whatever residue, because they do collect. They're living, breathing organisms. They are living, breathing organisms. Orgasms. No, that is not a Freudian slip. Anyway, because I want to make sure that they're okay. But I notice, because I'm so attentive to them, that when their leaves start to turn brown, and sometimes it's a change of season, and sometimes they've just outgrown the pot, so their roots are stifled, and so they're not able. You'll have some that are still like, some of the leaves will look amazing, and then some will get discolored, some will a little brown around the ends, and it's just like, I gotta repot my plant. And when I pull it out, it's like you can see them all clustered up, and it's just like. And the moment that I repot them, no lie, like maybe 2 days later, they're just like back to blooming, back to looking amazing. And that's how we are. And so we can be stifled in one environment, and yeah, there's still going to be some growth, but it's not going to be monumental until we move into a place where we can really flourish, where we have space to spread, to really like grow. And that was my main reason for like, I've been here so long, I've plateaued, I've gotten to where I can get in this space, and it was a arduous journey. It was a lot going on. I've been through a lot in this space, and I'm thankful to have this space, but I've plateaued. There's nowhere else for me to go here. And yeah, I can probably trudge forward and really try to make it happen, but it's just not conducive to my well-being and to my spirit. And so everything was like, I gotta go. But what am I learning in this space? What do I need to learn in this space? And I realized that was the last thing I needed to learn. Like, I need to stop dealing with things that are ineffective and continuously setting myself up, because it's not conducive to my growth. It stifles me. It minimizes me on a personal level. And I had to make some more cuts. I had to get rid of some more things. And it was just like, you know what? No hard feelings. But you gotta go. Like, some people are gonna be who they are. Some things are gonna be what they are. And you cannot change that. That is not your job to change that. And we like to push this ride or die narrative, or you know, don't be a quitter, and yeah, bullshit. I call bullshit. I'm not riding and dying for people who are not growing. Like, if we are growing together, if we are building on something great, then yeah, we're going all the way. But if you want to be back there and you think I'm just going to be pulling the slate, well, no. Some people are comfortable where they're at, and you cannot change that. They're good in this little pot, and you want to grow. And them being in your life is not conducive to your well-being. And on some real shit, you know when people are really not conducive to your well-being. Albeit there are some people that you're just stuck with, whether it be your family, mostly your family, but your friends, outside relationships, outside of blood, you can walk away from those. Like, it's not your job to save everyone. I can assist you, but I can't make you do something you don't want to do. I can open the door and show you the light, but I can't make you walk through that door. I cannot. It has to be something that you want to do. Some situations are just like that. And if you continue to be around these people and continue to exhibit these very same behaviors that are not conducive to your well-being, you are not learning the lesson. You are addicted to the ineffectiveness. You are self-sabotaging yourself because you are limiting your growth. Everybody is not going to be going through the journey with you. And it's something that you have to accept. I remember back in the day, people used to be like, I was born by myself, I'm gonna die by myself. That is the truest thing that you could ever say. I was born by myself. I mean, unless you're a twin, but whatever. And even they come out one at a time. But anyway, it's the truest thing that you could ever say. You were born by yourself, you're gonna die by yourself. And once you realize that, it makes things a lot easier. Actually, like, my biggest thing, like, people's biggest fear, most people are like, oh, my biggest fear is dying because I don't know what's going to happen. Look, you're going to die. That's it. You're going to die. We have a cycle, and once that cycle is done, it's done. So once you get that through your head, like, trust me, you can move on. Everybody's not going to be with you through the whole journey. And it's fine. And it's not your job to take everybody with you. It's not. Look at Harriet Tubman. Like, even in her whole thing, she said some slaves didn't want to be freed. So what's she going to do? She going to pull them to freedom? No, everybody does not want to be free. Some people are comfortable being enslaved. Some people are comfortable in being in their ineffectiveness. And I had to realize that, like, I cannot be a part of this any longer. And you cannot be a part of my life because this is not conducive to my growth. This is ineffective. This is defective. And I will no longer be a party to this. And nothing is foolproof. Nothing is perfect. And I'm sure I will meet other people along on my journey who will test this. who will test me, and I'm ready for it. You're not coming in here and fucking shit. You're not gonna come in here and mess. Like, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. If it's not working, it's not working. If you got a pair of shoes and it's hurting your feet, throw them shoes away. Okay? If it's not working, it's not working. We cannot continue to grow and limit our growth at the same time. It's counterproductive. So, on that note, I'm gonna finish my weekend off on a high note, chill out, and peace and love. I'll see you next time. Bye.